This week on Spartan TV, Aston flies over to Flying Squirrel. Marielle and Elsa take a look into the meaning of kindness. We catch a glimpse of what's to come in wrestling as they head to state, and Paige gives you an inside look to the lives of celebrities.
And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the classics.
Good morning, Sentinel. I'm Drew Leonard. Alongside me is Brendan Hill.
Today is February 8th, and these are the new Spartan hubs.
There are 3 new Spartan hubs here at Sentinel High School. All of them are on the second floor of 3 main staircases. This is the only place where you can hang posters now, and they must be approved by the administration.
This isn't the only new thing in Missoula. Now over to Aston, live at Flying Squirrel.
Thanks, Brendan and Drew. I'm here reporting at Flying Squirrel, Missoula, Montana's latest and greatest indoor trampoline park. We caught up with Kaylee to learn a little more information about it.
So Flying Squirrel is an indoor trampoline park for everybody of all ages and abilities. We have a lot of different activities here that you can do even if you don't want to jump, including the arcade games and battle beam and dunk hoops. It's just an indoor place to get some good exercise no matter how the weather is outside.
Located at 2501 Brook Street, Flying Squirrel is open on Sunday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 10 a.m. to midnight.
I think our location is unique because it's the first U.S. location that we've had. The rest of the Flying Squirrels are in Canada or in Guatemala.
1 hour of jumping is $16, 1.5 hours is $21, and 2 hours is $26. You also have to make a one-time purchase of trampoline socks for $3. Just make sure to bring them back each time you go.
We brought a lot of jobs to Missoula, especially for high school or college-age kids that need, a part-time position. It's also just a good activity for families to do all together, and it provides something on the south side of town when most of the other opportunities are kind of on the other end of town.
From arcade games to massage chairs, the dunk court, battle beam, dodgeball, and kiddie court, there's a whole lot for the family to do. Signing off for Spartan TV, I'm Aston Kinsella. Back to you, Brendan and Drew.
Thanks, Aston. That's great stuff about Missoula's finest trampoline park.
Oftentimes I'm wondering what's going on around the world, but I never know where to look.
Luckily for you, Brendan, we have a new segment called Pop Culture Minute with Paige Childers. Here's more.
Thanks, guys. I'm Paige Childers, and this is your Pop Culture Minute. January's been a busy month. The lead detective of the Zodiac Killer cases passed away at the age of 86. Kim and Kanye had their 3rd child on January 15th, naming her Chicago West, which brings me to ask, why not Wild West? In other news, Ed Sheeran is now engaged and says that once he starts a family, he will quit music. Let's hope he starts soon. Logan Paul said that he will be donating $1 million to various suicide prevention groups. He announced this when he returned to YouTube. $250,000 of this is going to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. Former Disney Channel star Adam Hicks was arrested in connection with 3 armed robberies, committed within a 2-hour period with the help of his girlfriend. That's all we have for you today. Back to Brendan and Drew.
Thanks, Paige. Now over to Austin with the local news.
Followed by Elias and Serena with sports.
Good morning, Sentinel. I'm Austin Carlson, and welcome to our new segment, Things You Should Ought to Know. In Sentinel news, the Montana Office of Public Instruction recently announced that once again, Sentinel had the best graduation rate in the state at 90.3%. Big Sky and Hellgate finished 10th and 11th in the AA schools, respectively. Renovations will start this spring now that the plans are 95% finalized. The Smart Schools 2020 Bond Initiative allocated $22.5 million to Sentinel High School, which will go toward the new STEM Center, a new Performing Arts Center, and upgrades to the automotive area. $14.5 million of that money will go towards deferred maintenance costs. Social Studies teacher Ron Beck was honored this month with KECI's Gold Star Teacher of the Month.
I think to be a good teacher, you got to make connections with your students. You got to realize that they're each individuals and try and find something other than class to share with them. I'd be kidding myself if every kid in my class thought government was important, so I got to find other ways to connect.
Senior Braden Danzinger and junior Kylie McKittrick were chosen as February Students of the Month. Congratulations. The Thespian Troupe just got back from another successful thespian convention at the University of Montana. Junior Dylan Sandow won Best Cameo in a Comedy for his role Good Cop, Bad Cop. Junior Stefan Clement took second place for his death scene performance in the Thespian Olympics, and Junior Renee Caldor the Montana State Thespian Scholarship from the University of Montana. In other news, most of us know that bees are critical pollinators. They pollinate 70 out of the around 100 crop species that feed 90% of the world. Honeybees alone are responsible for about $30 billion a year in crops. We also know that honeybees are threatened right now with extinction. However, two boys, ages 12 and 13, thought it'd be fun to vandalize a couple's 50 beehives last month, resulting in the slaughter of over 500,000 bees. They went to the couple's farm, broke into their shed, flipped over the hives, and chopped them up with an axe. 50 baboons escaped from their enclosure in a Paris zoo last week, forcing the zoo to shut down. It took officials roughly 4 hours to capture the creatures. They had just barely taken their sip from the great fountain of freedom before zoo employees returned them to their pen. But there's one thing nobody can take from these baboons: their dreams, and also their sick view they got of Paris from the top of their temporary fake rock hideout. On the first of the year, Oregon passed a new law allowing drivers to pump their own gas in low-population counties, making New Jersey the only state in the country where pumping one's own gas is illegal. However, most people from Oregon are up in arms about the new change. Top complaints from people of Oregon: I don't want to learn. I don't know how to pump gas. I like being waited on. I have arthritis. The hose is scary. I'll smell bad. I might get jumped. It provides jobs. I might get jumped, but it provides a job, so better the employee than me? 5 suspects were arrested in southern Spain after police officers carrying out a traffic stop found vehicles loaded with more than 8,000 pounds of stolen oranges. The suspects were stopped last week when a police patrol became suspicious of the vehicles driving in a convoy at night, the Seville City Council said. Orange, you glad they're behind bars? Ha 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 ha. That's all I have for this week. I'm Austin Carlson. Now up to sports with Serena Elias.
Hi, I'm Serena Marino.
And I'm Elias DeWaters. This is your Spartan Sports.
The boys and girls swim teams are headed off to state this weekend in Great Falls. Sentinel has 31 athletes competing, and according to head coach Helen Houlihan, both teams have the potential to make the medal stand. It will be an uphill battle as Hellgate teams have won for the last 4 years straight. However, in the meets leading up to this weekend, Sentinel has been close to Hellgate's heels.
I think we'll do pretty good. I think we'll place top 6 at least.
I think we've been taking top 4 all year, so I think that we can keep that going and that we can take top 4 at state as a team. I think that I can make A finals in the top 6 in both of my races. I think I have a pretty darn good chance.
As a team, I think the Sentinel girls should definitely be top 3, and hopefully our boys can get up there too.
As a team, I hope we can get top 5, but there's some pretty good teams out there.
In related news, Houlihan, who happens to be the head coach for all Missoula swim teams, including Sentinel, Big Sky, Hellgate, and Loyola, has been nominated for the National Swim Coach of the Year award. She, along with 7 other finalists, will be recognized this summer.
Athletic Director Dane Oliver was also just named with an impressive award, receiving the AA Athletic Director of the Year award.
The success we're having on the athletic field, if you look back to our fall sports, how our winter sports are doing, so just to be recognized by your peers is obviously rewarding, but I think it goes back to the great coaches and teams we have here right now.
The wrestlers are also heading to state this weekend. 20 athletes hit the road today for Billings. Here's more.
Well, preparing for the state tournament pretty much entails the entire season of wrestling. We set ourselves up pretty good, taking qualifying 20 for the state tournament, which was second most out of anybody in the AA. Some pretty high seeds with a few kids. My expectations are high, and I hope the kids are ready to go.
Have kids that compete hard. It's all we need, effort.
We should do pretty decent at state. I think that we're top 3 team for sure.
Tonight, basketball takes on Big Sky in a huge crosstown showdown. The boys tip off at 5:30, followed by the girls at 7:15. They will take on Hellgate this Saturday. Both teams are hopeful to repeat crosstown victory to secure the title of city champs.
Last week, 12 Spartan athletes hit the slopes at Lost Trail to compete in the 17th annual Special Olympics competition.
Winter Special Olympics was held in the Bitterroot, and it's sort of considered an area games. And we had 14 athletes from Sentinel and probably about just that many from Big Sky. Our team is called Missoula High Schools, and they competed in cross-country skiing and unified cross-country skiing, which is a non-disabled partner that skis with them. They also competed in, they could compete in snowboard, downhill skiing, snowshoeing, and unified snowshoeing. You can do unified in all those sports. We did really well. We had a lot of gold medals. They actually everybody gets a medal at this particular games. They get a smaller medal, just one medal, and then they get ribbons. So first, second, and third places. And we had a lot of first, second, and third places, and then some that didn't place, and that's okay too.
In other Olympic news, Sentinel's own Darian Stevens will be walking in the opening ceremonies tonight in Pyeongchang, South Korea, at the 23rd Winter Olympic Games. The 21-year-old who left Sentinel her sophomore year in 2012 to train full-time in Park City, Utah, made the women's freestyle team after missing out by 1 place 4 years ago. She will compete in the women's slopestyle competition alongside fellow Montanan Maggie Voisin. You can watch her February 17th on NBC.
Now we are headed back to the play of the week with Caleb Knibe and Jordan Schwain, and maybe a special guest.
Thanks, guys. I'm Jordan Schwain here with Caleb Knibe, and is Elias coming?
Yes! I made it. I had to get changed. And this is your Spartan play of the week.
Last week, the Sentinel boys basketball team went up to Helena to take on the Bengals. And did you see what Sam Beagley did?
He made a mind-shattering pass.
Let's take a look. Oh wow, Sam nutmegs number 13 all the way back to 2nd grade.
Even more surprising, Gage goes up with the left hand and makes a layup.
Yeah, I don't think that happens very often.
Yeah, once in a lifetime for Gager. Wow, what a pass that was.
Yeah, well, that's why he's arguably the best player in the state.
Well, geez, I guess Carroll's getting a good one, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, let's head over to Austin Carlson and the man himself, Sam Beagley. If you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen.
Welcome to Hot Minute, the show that keeps on getting hotter. Today, my guest is Sam Beagley, captain of the basketball team. Sam, how you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks.
Good. All right, rolling the wings, Fudge Man. All right, so you know how this works. Take a bite, and then we'll ask some questions. So, what'd you do in the off-season to prepare for your senior season?
You know, I just went to the gym every day, practiced, and just put in my time.
All right, Fudge. What made you pick Carroll College over other schools?
You know, it was close to town. It was close to Missoula, and I wanted to pick a school that was close, and the basketball program and the academics. It's just a great school. It was a perfect fit.
All right. What was your first basketball experience that made you fall in love with the sport?
I don't know. It was probably just 3-on-3 ball in the summer with all my childhood friends.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you call yourself the best player in the sport?
I don't.
Fudge, come on. Oh, it hurts.
Oh.
What would you do? Let me read. What would you do if I told you how great you'll do at Carroll and that I'm so excited to watch you play?
I wouldn't say anything to that. Yeah, no.
Oh, jeez. I can't. How do you think the student section affects your play?
It's great having the student section there.
Mm-hmm.
It just plays into our favor, even in crosstown, because we just feed off of them.
Okay.
It's just great.
All right, that's all the time we have today on Hot Minute. We'll see you back here next time with another athlete on your favorite show, Hot Minute. Catch you later.
Sam was such a good sport. Good luck tonight.
That's all we have for you this week, Spartans. I'm Elias DeWaters.
And I'm Serena Marino. We'll head back to Brendan and Drew right after these messages.
Kindness is being there for the people who need you most.
Kindness to me is being inclusive of others and treating them the way you'd like to be treated.
Kindness is fun.
Kindness is doing the right thing when nobody else is watching.
Everyone can spread kindness. Stand up.
Be bold.
Extend love.
Reach out. Stop rumors.
Think before you speak.
Stand together.
Be kind.
Everyone has a choice. Today, choose kindness.
Sing with me, y'all.
One word. We only got one word.
Awesome. Thank you, sports. We're here in the front lobby at Sentinel High School with Eco Club President and Eco Club Advisor, Mr. Cummins and Zoe Beck, to talk about the new Lead Dynamic Plaque.
So the Lead Dynamic Plaque is it's a software platform that can take a look at the overall health of the building, and you can see right now that the score is kind of changing, but we are measuring the 5 aspects that make Sentinel great. So one would be how much energy that we're using, one would be how much water we're using, the next one is how much recycling and waste we produce, and the last one is something that we need your help with, students. We need to take a look at how you get to school, your transportation, and also we want to know your human experience. So what that means is in an email coming to you from Mr. Fuller this morning, you guys are going to fill out a quick 2-question survey that will talk about transportation and human experience, and hopefully it'll make our numbers increase more up to 100%.
And our goal with the Lead Dynamic Plaque is to really bring sustainability to the forefront of Sentinel's conversation and culture in a really visible way, with the plaque hopefully being in the front lobby here soon. And it is our hope that you guys will participate in this and help give us some feedback on some of Eco Club's new initiatives. Like, we're really pushing recycling bins, sustainable practices within Sentinel, and we're hoping to develop all of this as the year comes to an end, and we would really appreciate your participation.
Yep, this is just a baseline of what we're getting, and then with our new initiatives that we're pushing, we want to see this score increase, and we need your help.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much.
That's all we have for you guys this week. I'm Brennan Hill.
And I'm Drew Leonard. See you next week, Sentinel.
I did.
Oh, we got ice cream in the fridge.
Not ice cream, I don't want to get fatter.
This is gonna be some good B-roll. We got like flying squirrels in the background. We're right here on site. It was really fun. You should all come out. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Thanks, Aston. Everybody's safe.
Everybody's safe out there.
How'd I start on that?
Tearing up a bit.
Dude, we need a napkins out there.
Not gonna show the pain.
Look at Budgie! Video
Is he sweating?
How's it going?